Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the divine presence of Bhagavan Swaminarayan, in the equally divine presence of Mahavir Bhagavan, and the divine presence of Guru Hari Pramukh Swami Maharaj, Guru Hari Mahant Swami Maharaj, to all who have gathered this evening, my most loving and deepest Jai Swaminarayan and Jai Jinendra. The news which was given to me by Ashok Bhai Kotecha and his wife, both of whom are very devout, very knowledgeable, and they have decided to serve society in the best possible way in all measures with all their hearts. They communicated that all of you are gathering today, the whole Jain Samaj, and you have started a helpline called Prem to assist people. Well, I also want to tell you, Prem not only translates as love, but love is not a noun, it's a verb. It's so easy to tell somebody that I love you. It's so easy to say that I care about you. If it's a verb, love can only be felt in action, not in words. You need to get up and give a glass of water. You need to satisfy the hunger of people, the issues and problems that our fellow brothers, and for that matter, any human being. And I know the philosophy of Jain Dharma is reaching out to the smallest of creatures, the peak of non-violence. So when our hearts and our beliefs are filled like this, so to do service is second nature for those who are steeped in spirituality. And I also feel that one of the major teachings of Tattvartha Sutra, which says that we exist because of each other. We survive because of the support of each other. And it's important that as we support each other, when we were born, as a baby, we survived because of others. Whatever was fed to you, whatever clothes were given to you, however you were carried, as babies, we survived because of others, our mother, father, and all people around us. And when we grow old, once again, we will survive because of others. As elderly people, they need to be fed, taken care of, given medications. So when we were born, we survived because of others, and when we are old, we will survive because of others. Somewhere in the middle, we tend to think that others survive because of us. But even now, we survive because of others. Imagine all the plant life, all the creatures, everything around us. If there was a slightest change in the environment, man would cease to exist. So just as we survive because of creatures and all the elements of nature around us, we also survive because of all the people around us. And I think it's a great movement that you have begun with shoulder to shoulder BAPS to help and reach out to the needy. And what greater good can there be? Perhaps this is a sign of our civilization. In Jain Dharma, the three jewels are right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. In psychology and philosophy, it is translated in some other words that if you have belief, your beliefs determine your behavior. If you want to help and you believe helping is good, then that will dominate and dictate that you help. And if you keep helping a lot, that determines and makes your being. You become paropkari. Once you are paropkari, then your beliefs will also want to help. So it's like an endless triangle. Beliefs drive behavior, and continued behavior create a being, and a being generates beliefs. So I believe that when you are involved in seva, and it's niswarth, meaning selfless, all of you who have gathered and who are helping out, some with money, some with things in kind, some with their time, some with their prayers, and some just motivating everybody. We are like a collective union of goodness. Pramukh Swami Maharaj often said, in the joy of others lies our own, in the good of others lies our own, and in the progress of others lies our own. When you completely erase I and me, as it is said in the Jain Shastras, that when you do seva, you have to do seva without any personal desires. And one of the philosophies is overcoming desires. And I think this is not just an opportunity to express our love for our people, but also try and improve ourselves spiritually. You perhaps might not be aware, but there was a question that was raised earlier on in the 20th century, in the early 1900s, that at what time did man in his journey of evolution became civilized? Was it when he made a home, or was it when he started planting grains, or was it when he settled and created villages? What is the point that we can identify that man became civilized? It's very interesting. Many anthropologists tried to determine this, that when we started living in either groups, that is civilization. When we created laws, that may be civilization. But one very famous anthropologist, her name Margaret Mead, she said that we identified through archaeology when man became civilized. And you know what that identification was? Was not the remains of a hut, a home, or a small building, or a settlement. No. The identifying of man becoming civilization was a femur bone, a bone from the thigh bone, which is femur. And how did she identify this is the point when man became civilized? Is that bone was broken, but it was placed in such a way that it once again healed. Of all her long studies of animals and anthropology of man as an evolution of an animal, social animal, she concluded that in the wild, in nature, when any animal broke its leg, it was sure death. Because when any animal broke its leg, it could not walk. So because it could not walk, it had to stay stable. And when a femur or a leg was broken, any other animal could come and hunt and kill it. It cannot walk for food or water. So most animals with broken legs would always die. But here was a broken leg, broken thigh bone, which was fixed, and it healed. It would take almost a month or 2 months for the thigh to heal, because if he kept walking, it would not heal. That proved that there were other men in the same tribe who brought him food, who brought him water, who protected him. So that is the point of civilization. Archaeologically, they said that finding a healed femur bone, and what does that suggest? Helping others to survive. And often we have come to a conclusion that that is the strongest emotions that you can express. If I ask you how many glasses of water do you drink a day, you will say 10, 12, in a day, in a week, in a month, in all your life, hundreds of thousands of glasses of water. You also know water is important for your survival. But we forget the glasses of water we drink. But if you are passing and there was somebody thirsting for water, and his survival depended on water, and you went and gave a glass of water to that person, I don't think you'll ever forget the glass that you gave, which gave life to someone else. The glasses of water that we drink that give life to us are easily forgotten, but the glass of water you give that gives life is never forgotten. Not only you, your family will celebrate. Your generation after generation will celebrate your generosity. So I believe at the right time of this crisis, all of us are one. And when all of you together have gathered, especially some of the people whom I know very deeply, like I said, Ashok Bhai Kotesha, Vinod Bhai Adani, Rajesh Bhai, Paresh Bhai, who has always been a great help. Then we have Shekhar Bhai, we have Hasmukh Bhai, whose father I knew so well, and all the people, younger, Pavesh Bhai, and all the younger and the older generation. I've come to your homes, and just as you are very homely with me, I also feel at very home at your place as well. So I consider it a privilege and honor to continue to pray for each one of you. I know you yourself are facing difficulties, whether in business, whether somebody have some health issues. I know these lockdowns and the fear of this pandemic has disrupted our lives as a whole, but one of the surest way of piecing back our life again is trying to help somebody else piece his or her life together. So be generous, be loving, be civilized, and be a true Jain whose heart continues to beat for somebody else. And I believe our heart beats for ourselves, but let us together allow our hearts to beat for everyone, to help them as much as we can, in every way as we can, as long as we ever can, and with as much love and as much prayers as we can. Thank you again. My deepest love to all of you whom I see before my eyes and I hold dearly to my heart. Jai Swaminarayan and Jai Jinendra.